Ladies and gentlemen, brothers of discussion, here for another one. So, we had a discussion last week. We're going to do something different, something that I don't think anybody's ever done. Because we're innovators. We're probably the best guys to ever do anything. We're going to do a series of episodes, and we're going to call it the Mount Rushmore of Mount Rushmores. So, each of these episodes, we've blocked out four. For 4 episodes, we will have 4 categories and do our Mount Rushmores for every category. These aren't going to be successive. There might be some things in between. But I just wanted to put it out there. So tonight, we are going with the 4 categories that we chose are gimmick matches, pay-per-views overall. Oh, crap. I'm blanking for a second here.
Workers,
yep.
And jobbers. So we're doing the Mount Rushmore of all of those categories today.
Yep. And we have plenty more coming up. We have, like John said, the Mount Rushmore episodes. We have tag teams, managers, talkers,
even referees.
You name it. We have 16 different categories. 4 weeks, 4 categories, Mount Rushmore is coming. But we're going to start off with the jobbers, I think. Right?
Yeah, I think we can start with jobbers.
Yeah, let's
jobber.
Start
So, first off, the term jobber, to most wrestlers, is kind of like a derogatory term, because it's not something that they use. It's something that, I guess, marks like us use. So, enhancement talent, whatever you want to call it. But my first one on the list is...
Oh, yeah.
Barry Horowitz.
Hava, Nagila, Hava.
He gotta be on there. He has to be on there.
Come on. All right. He's the first guy when I think of, and again, I think it's based off of, thank you, my beautiful wife's the best. I think it's based off of what you grew up on, right? Like if you were a little older than us and you grew up on WCW, the Mulkeys and some of the other guys that were a little older, and Action Jackson were probably the guys that you saw as jobbers.
It's fair.
We grew up during the time when we turned on WWF. It was a handful of guys that were the jobbers, and he's the first one I think of.
I always think of Barry Horowitz.
Yep.
I also love that at one point they did give him a couple wins.
They sure did. They gave him a push. And he beat Skip.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna call it a push, but he won a couple matches.
He had a Survivor Series match. So he was part of a Survivor Series team. I think once you kind of get into a pay-per-view match like that, I think he still was a jobber. Yeah, they gave him something, right?
They featured him a little more.
Yeah, a lot.
They saw that he was still popular.
Yeah, and he also had his own signature,
pat himself on the back. That was great.
That was just signature. You didn't see that from jobbers.
Yeah.
A lot back in the day. They try to make him the ultimate jobber.
Right.
So that's a good way to start there.
So my second one on this list, again, is another jobber that got a tiny bit of a push during that time. It's Duke the Dumpster.
Duke the Dumpster Drosy.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
See, I forgot about
I didn't forget about Duke, but I did leave him off of my list.
I didn't think of him as a jobber.
He definitely, he was definitely a jobber.
Yeah.
He was,
and the only real push he actually got was, I think it was the Rumble '96, maybe on Sunday Night Heat. He had beat Triple H to get the number 30 in the Rumble. So he was in the Royal Rumble. So again, another jobber.
What was it?
What
was that? The Free for All? Is that what they called that show? That they did before?
Yeah, maybe it was Free for All or Sunday Night Heat. One of those. They had multiple different ones. They had Shotgun Saturday Night at one point. So they had a lot of different terms for it. But that's just kind of, that's just, it's Duke.
No, I get it.
And what's weird, real quick with him is that I believe he was in the Gimmick Battle Royal that they did at WrestleMania 17. So he really kind of transcended the jobber.
I'm pretty sure they took out the trash in that Battle Royal though too.
So here's 2 very maybe hot takes, but I don't think one's a hot take, and this one definitely is. James Ellsworth. He turned a career out of being a jobber.
He's still wrestling to this day.
because of that one match with Braun,
I
Yeah.
can see
and
that.
then the
I
follow
can
up
see that.
with AJ. That
And-
was a great
and Ambrose,
storyline.
AJ and Ambrose.
Really good
and him.
storyline.
Yeah.
So, and that's the only reason I put him on there.
And then
is
he-
because of what he did with that. And it
And he
kind of
even
shows
helps-
like a guy that worked for so long, and you know, he was a jobber on Raw. They did not expect that. That was an organic. Give the guy a mic, let him talk. He said, "Any man with two fists or whatever he's
Got a
saying
fighting
was-
chance.
Yeah,
Yep.
And he made Braun look like $1 million. I think
Yep.
out of all the squash matches they were doing,
I
he
actually
made Braun look
my favorite
great.
part of him was with him and AJ,
Yeah.
and with him being with Carmella. He actually
Great.
helped her win
elevated her.
he helped her win the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean-
yep.
So, I mean, you turned a career out of being a jobber. So, again, he might not be the most polished guy. There probably were a lot of other,
Well-
enhancement talent that were better. But when you're talking about guys who made an impact,
Yeah.
I mean, he was a jobber that looks, like you said, he's still wrestling today.
Today.
You know?
Still
Off of
getting
that.
booked.
Very good
Yeah.
point.
So-
Very good point.
And my last guy, again, I brought it up off camera. This jobber became one of the best tag team wrestlers ever and one of the most famous tag teams of all time, and was a world heavyweight champion multiple times, and is still wrestling today.
I see where you're going.
And is still a current champion.
Still a current tag team champion?
Yes, he is.
Okay. So,
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, it's Jeff Hardy. I get it.
Okay.
Jeff and
Jeff
Matt
Hardy,
were
they
at
did-
Enhancement Talents
they did.
forever. I saw Jeff Hardy get squashed by Razor Ramon. Technically, he actually won because he lost by count out. Razor
Yeah.
did. But at a taping in 1994. Okay, so he worked his way up, and again, he was a jobber.
Yeah.
He was Jeff Hardy. His brother Matt Hardy was Matt Harvey, I think they were calling
Matt
him.
Harvey, yeah.
Yeah.
Jeff Harvey and Matt
But-
Harvey.
They were jobbers that worked their
They
way
were.
up.
There's several guys. Moxley used to wrestle with
Yeah.
pink
Yes.
Yeah, he just
As a
popped up
jobber.
in my head.
Right.
Yep.
hair. Yeah.
I mean, there's a million guys that kind of came through and did job, but
Well,
he was consistent. Like they were booking them guys for years, 3 or 4 years until they got a shot on the main roster.
Yeah.
And you give them a shot and look at what they
Look
did.
what
with it.
happened
Like
with it,
they
yeah.
they changed. Like Jeff Hardy, I've already said my piece about him. I don't think he gets talked about enough. Him in particular.
I think he
what
gets talked
he's
about too
done.
much, but
Yeah.
That's
Again,
my personal opinion. Yeah, it's my
But-
personal opinion.
So there's
That's
my
all.
Mount Rushmore of jobbers. Just to kind of recap: Barry Horowitz, Duke the Dumpster Drose,
so
James Ellsworth.
I just want to
Jeff
say
Hardy.
one of those people were on my Mount Rushmore that I created of jobbers. Taking them off, and I'm going to replace them here on the spot.
Look at that.
Okay.
I love it.
So, my Mount Rushmore of jobbers, you can't talk about jobbers without talking about the Brooklyn Brawler.
I thought about him.
The Brooklyn Brawler
He
is
was on
the quintessential jobber. Barry Horowitz and Brooklyn Brawler literally are the two that you think of immediately
Yeah.
if you're in our age range. Okay? So, and everything you ever hear about Brooklyn Brawler is just people talking about how good of a guy he is, how
Yeah.
good of a worker he is. Just everything is sterling reputation of this guy.
Here's a great kind of add to that. He was released from the company, I think, last year or the year prior. Steve Lombardi is his name. But he was released a year or two ago. So let's say hypothetically he was released in 2023.
Yeah.
That means he was with the fucking company for like 30 years.
Forever.
Yeah.
So
Forever.
what does that say
You know,
about
he actually,
an underneath guy?
he actually came in as Doink a couple times.
He was.
too.
He was Doink. He was the
Knuckleball.
Knuckleball. That's what it was.
Knuckleball.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's done some stuff. But that great call.
Okay, so now that I'm taking Horowitz out of my list, I'm going to replace Barry Horowitz with somebody who I think we all love. We've all seen him in person. We actually have a photo with him. Heath Slater, baby! Heath Slater, to me, yeah, he didn't actually start out as a jobber. They turned him into one later on. But just always entertaining, always good in the ring. Had a couple tag team championship runs. They did a thing where they just had legends come out and squash him every week. 3MB, like, you can't say enough about Heath Slater. And then I Got Kids. That thing was just
Yeah. Took off.
it took off. It
Definitely.
was so over. It was so great, and he would lose all the time. I mean, is there any arguments about Heath Slater being a great jobber? I don't think so.
I think so. I don't think he was a jobber. I just think he was a main roster guy that was booked shitty. You know?
That's fair.
Because you kind of just said he was a multiple-time tag team champion with multiple different people. He was part of Nexus.
But when
so he got pushed.
Okay, but when you think of Heath Slater's career, other than he loses, lost all the time.
But you can almost say the same thing about Dolph Ziggler. Sure, he's been a champion a lot of times, but that guy's lost more than he's won.
Yeah,
he's put way more people over than he's won.
I mean, you could put him in there.
As far as if we're just going record-wise, yeah, he's definitely a jobber, unfortunately. But a great one, and a great character, and a cool dude.
Number 3, Attitude Era. Actually, I'm sorry, PG Era jobber. Around the same time as Ellsworth.
All right.
Kurt Hawkins. They actually had a storyline where the guy lost 150-some straight matches. But he could also go. So, and I never got sick of watching him lose. You know, sometimes you watch somebody lose over and over again.
I always thought he was very mismanaged. I thought he was like, he could go in the ring, he could talk. I don't know why he wasn't used more. I think the same thing about Zack Ryder.
Yeah, well,
or what is his name? Matt Cardona.
Matt Cardona.
Yeah, just super fumble.
And then my 4th and final entry on my Mount Rushmore of jobbers is going to be Stevie Richards. Stevie Richards made everyone look good, whether he was in ECW, whether he's in WWE. It didn't matter. Every time he was in the ring, he made somebody look better than they should have looked. I can't say enough about this guy. I actually watch his podcast too. And he just seems so knowledgeable and personable. He just seems like a good dude that understood his role inside that company. He said, okay, yeah, I might not be the most built, physically fit looking guy.
But he always was.
He was in good shape, but he was very thin.
Yeah.
So it was.
But I look at like the right to censor when he was big.
He's jacked.
And they put those guys in suits. Like you have Bull Buchanan, you have Stevie Richards, and the Godfather, whose nickname is Bear because he's built like a bear. Let's cover you guys up. It was like when Roman would wear a vest. Like the dude is fucking ripped. Let him just take his shirt off. You know, just saying. But
Little side note: Aaron likes when guys take their shirts off.
But here's the thing: it's a business. It's a face business, right? This isn't radio; it's TV. So when you have a guy that looks like Roman, why cover him up? Right? It's just it's a weird deal.
It's because they were for Roman. They were just trying to grasp onto that Shield shit as long as they possibly could, because he wasn't ready verbally yet to move forward. Then when he actually got Heyman, and all he had to do was just say some cocky shit, then he got more confidence and became pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So that's my Mount Rushmore of jobbers. Panchito, my friend.
Well,
what you got?
My Mount Rushmore probably, won't complete a whole Mount Rushmore, but obviously the 2 that you mentioned were on my list. Barry Horowitz and Brooklyn Brawler.
All right.
You guys already explained all that.
Yeah.
And honestly, I want to say that, one of the modern day jobbers, believe it or not, is The Miz. He
at points, yes. No, at points in his career, for sure.
No, I mean now. After his runs and everything,
no, there is.
He comes in and gets beat, makes people look good, and he loves doing it.
And he does. And he's good at it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
And
no, that's 100% fair, because Miz had these long runs where he was relevant for a while. Then all of a sudden, he would lose every week to every person. And then all of a sudden, boom, he's back in the he keeps himself relevant and in that chase. He's one of those guys that doesn't need to win to be in the title scene.
You know, as we talk about
he's a popular jobber.
A
real popular...
now that's fair, because we actually said before we even started doing this is that not everybody's view on the word jobber is the exact same, and I think that Miz is actually a good addition to the jobbers, because even though he's a Grand Slam champion.
Sure. But I was just going to kind of say, like, I think that's where this generation of wrestling is going, is that there aren't
No, there
last
isn't.
time you seen a job match? You see them on AEW. They do them on Collision sometimes.
They do
Yeah.
sometimes.
And especially tag teams. You'll see a lot, like, they'll bring in indie talent.
Local
for tag-
talent.
Sure.
Yeah.
And that's cool. But those matches always work. Like when I'm watching that show, those are great 5-6 minutes of action. You get to see these guys' entrances. They get highlighted, and then boom, they're out. It's a great way to do it. It's just a lost art, but it just shows that the guys that I picked were from the 90s. Pretty much all of them, other than James Ellsworth, who was in, what was that, early 2020?
It's like the 2010,
2010,
okay,
yeah,
2010, 2015.
Look at that gap.
Yeah.
Fucking 15 years between what I perceive as jobbers. And then here we are talking about main roster guys who main evented WrestleManias that are now the job guys. You could put
Right.
Sheamus in that category
You could.
Yeah.
because he has
that's
banger
So
after
I-
banger,
I
but
challenge-
loses and puts people over.
Because we all know, if anybody watches regularly, they know that Francisco is more so. Aaron's the AEW guy.
Yeah, it's my jam.
I'm the little bit of everything guy, mainly WWE. Fran is mainly WWE, but he actually watched more WCW growing up than we did.
Yep.
So my challenge is for your fourth person on the Mount Rushmore of jobbers, I need you to give me a WCW jobber.
Yeah.
Wow. I don't know if he was a jobber, but he might have been before he hit. I want to say Disco Inferno. I want to say,
I love it.
because I remember, like when they announced him back in the day, he was already in the ring, ready to get buried,
Dancing his ass off.
like trying to get in there. But he did make a lot of people back in the day.
He did win some mid-card titles.
He did.
in his
Yeah,
career.
later on. But
no,
yeah,
he
started out as a jobber. Yeah.
And then when he joined NWO, there was no reason for him to be in NWO.
Everybody
and
was in
that
NWO.
he was the NWO guy that got jobbed out. If they wanted NWO to lose to somebody to try to make somebody look better, it was him.
Vincent,
Yep.
and Stevie Ray.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Them three.
yeah. Those
Taking
were the
pinfalls
guys.
for everybody.
True.
Those were the guys to lose.
But
Yeah.
so that's our jobber list, and that was a great little conversation because
Yep.
again, it really just shows what I bet you if you ask kids today, like jobbers,
They probably wouldn't even know the term.
they wouldn't know the term. But once you told them, they would say, "Oh, Miz." Oh,
Right.
they would bring up Heath Slater. They'd bring up guys that they remember seeing just
Yeah.
lose all the time.
Or the Job Squad.
Yeah,
Too Cold Scorpio, Blue Meanie, Al Snow. Who
Yeah.
else was in the Job
and
Squad?
Mankind.
Mankind was at one point. Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, so that's our Mount Rushmore of jobbers. This next category, this one's going to be fun. Gimmick matches. Okay, I think with this one it'll be kind of quick because I think a few of them are going to be the same, but some of them might be a little different.
Yeah, but prior to us getting together, we have no knowledge.
Yeah, we don't know we're going into this blind.
We're all saying our choices without anyone
As they
knowing.
come. Yeah,
Yes.
so-
just so you're aware.
I'm
let's let Fran start with the gimmick
You know
matches.
what? I love it, Fran.
Start it off.
Let's get it.
All right.
What you got?
Well, the most obvious one, like of all time, is got to be the Royal Rumble, right? Every 30 seconds, somebody new, or every minute or whatever. Now it is.
It's minute and 30 seconds now, or 2 minutes.
it's
It was
They
2
call it
minutes.
Titan
now.
time.
Yeah.
It's whenever they want.
Yeah,
Can we
whatever.
just say it? Let's
But-
just say it.
But yeah, but
Greatest
the-
gimmick match of all time.
All time.
It is.
100%.
Like the
great.
anticipation, like
Fantastic.
So
on
just-
the countdown, like
We're gonna
you
bang
know.
that one out. All three of us have that on
We
our
all
list, right?
agree.
We all
Alright.
agree. It's
And
on.
if it's
all
not on
three
your
of them.
Mount Rushmore, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Right?
you're pretty fucking stupid.
Stupid.
If it's not.
I shouldn't have started off so high.
No,
but
that's good.
Next is gonna be the ladder match. I mean, every time there was a ladder match on, it took your breath. Especially like back in the day when it was like, oh my god, you don't know.
It
who
was
the hell-
something
like,
new.
Yeah,
and it was something new
fresh.
for us.
Like
yes.
I remember watching Razor and Shawn Michaels in that
Yep.
ladder match, and that got me hooked on ladder matches. The best things ever. The best matches ever. If you guys, younger guys, never watched it, please tune into that. I think that's WrestleMania 10.
Razor and Shawn Michaels ladder match was a fantastic
One of the best matches of all time, I think.
Do you think that was one of the best matches of all time, or do you think because it was something new and different and it was good that's why you hold it such a high regard?
I think it. Yeah.
You think it still holds up today when you've seen all these other ladder matches? You think it still holds up to being...
All right, since I'm an old school guy, I'm going to say yes.
Okay. No.
But to the newer generation, probably not.
Well, there was less high spots, but it was a great match.
Right.
So
overall,
I think it still holds up today for wrestling fans.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. I've recently watched this. I think I watched this match 2 weeks ago. It totally holds up, and here's why: the bumps with the ladder.
Yeah.
All right.
True.
He was bumping. Shawn Michaels went to the top rope, put the ladder in front of him, and fell on the razor with it. Something that people would do today. Yeah. Here's another spot that people forget about in this match. Scott Hall pulls the mats up outside the ring, so the concrete's exposed. And that motherfucker takes a backdrop from inside the ring out onto the concrete.
Yeah.
People aren't doing that today.
True.
Yeah, it's not happening.
That match
True.
definitely holds up.
Okay.
I cannot put that match over enough.
Beautiful.
I'm with you, bro. I think it's one of the best matches of all time. I really do. I think it's up there.
Yeah.
I really do. I'd put it up there.
I'd put it in the top 20.
Gotcha.
For sure.
So that's
But
not on your guys' gimmick matches of all.
Don't worry about it. We'll get there.
All right.
We'll get
Rumble
there.
we had to knock out.
Rumble we
because-
knocked out. All three
Come
of
on.
us agree.
It's
Royal
Rumble.
Rumble.
It's just the best ever. It's the tits.
Damn, and then of course I gotta choose casket match. Like I always say, I don't know why. Like,
Not on my list. I'll tell you that. 100%.
That's a different one.
Like Undertaker, like the concept was just great, and especially like when they try to close the lid, like people would just, no, you're not, you like it was just once again another anticipation like thing, like the adrenaline and stuff. When I was watching it as a kid,
You know what my intrigue with casket matches was?
Yeah,
I'm claustrophobic. So just the idea of being closed into that thing just put pins and needles through my whole body.
Yeah.
And so to watch it, it added that element of like shock and like worry.
Yeah.
It was something that anxiety going on. So yeah, I love a good casket match, and they still do them. Darby Allin does casket matches.
You're doing a coffin match isn't
it Darby Allin and Moxley?
And Moxley in a coffin match. It's
cool.
going to be crazy.
Like, look at that.
He's had some really fucking wild ones.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, and
That's a good one.
Last but not least, I'm gonna go with Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
Like just being two guys trapped in there, going at it, sometimes climbing all the way up on the cage, and same thing. Like you don't know what the heck's gonna happen, but a lot of stuff like Mankind. I mean, that's the most famous match where 25 feet, like man, that's some crazy ass shit. But you didn't know what you were gonna get. Like those are the matches that I love. Like
Hell in a Cell, when they first came out with Hell in a Cell, I was always like, what the fuck? Like, because I was used to steel cages. We all were used to steel cages. They put a roof on that bitch. And I'm like, well, how are you supposed to win? That's what my initial thought was.
Yep.
And it's pinfall or submission inside the ring, which is fucking awesome because the cage was built for people to stay in, but you could escape the cage to win.
Yep.
Now you ain't escaping. You got to stay the fuck in there. And then they started doing the shit where they broke through and were able to climb up.
Which on a side note, the whole escaping from the cage to win or walking out the door, that was a WWF thing.
Yeah.
Original old school cage matches were to be like Hell in the Cell.
No, NWA,
to keep everybody in.
NWA did it too, where you would escape and you'd win.
I don't think so.
They had Lex Luger and Bruiser Brody, and Bruiser Brody was firing off on Luger, and Luger ran out of the cage. He still won.
He just left the match.
Yeah, and he ended up winning the match because he escaped.
I don't know. I just know he left because he was getting his motherfucking ass whooped. But either way, it's a stupid rule. Like, all right, you guys, we're gonna put you inside a cage. You guys got to fight to the death and really see who wins, or you can run away like a little bitch and climb out, or go through the front door. It's stupid. It's a dumb fucking rule. Stupid.
And that's what Hell in a Cell
prevents.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
well put.
Do you want to go next, or should I go?
Let's go. You go.
All right. So
let's go.
Obviously, Royal Rumble.
Out there.
Check.
Boom.
That's on there. All right. So my second one would have to be a Money in the Bank ladder match. It's a ladder match in a sense, but the end result of getting
concept
that contract,
yeah.
I think made it even more exciting for me. I don't like when they have. I think 6 people is the perfect amount. Mm-hmm. When you go and you do 8 or 10, it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. There's too much.
I think we did a show about a Money in the Bank, and we brought that up.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah.
We watched 2 different ones, and one was really, really good because it had 6 people in it.
Yeah.
And the other one was terrible
It's
because I
just
think it
too
had
much.
10 or something. Yeah.
So
too much going on.
I just love the idea of the contract and the surprise championship win, the elements of surprise and all of it with the high spots and also just some brutality.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about Joey Mercury getting his face busted open from the accident with the ladder. Just a lot of different things. People, the Hardys, Jeff Hardy, and these matches just always shined. Kalisto doing the freaking Salida del Sol through the ladder, like just a lot of great high spots, memorable moments. So now we're gonna move on to the third one. I'm picking the Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
I don't necessarily know if I like the whole waiting 5 minutes. I think if they took and made it a little bit less time before these guys came out so that we could have those guys in the ring, but the elimination aspect of it all inside, a thing that you're not getting out of.
Yeah.
I love the elimination aspect. We've talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
Triple threats, fatal 4-ways. Why don't we do elimination ones? Let's have a real winner. Let's not have the guy get thrown out of the ring and then you steal a pin and it's stupid. Let's have a clear-cut winner. That's just my personal opinion. Liked all the Elimination Chamber matches except for the ECW one with the weapons. I thought that was shitty.
They say that's the worst pay-per-view of all time, so that makes perfect sense.
So
why
that's a
you hated it,
shitty
'cause it was
match.
terrible. Shitty pay-per-view.
So this one is different. I like 2 out of 3 falls matches.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
For me, I feel like anybody can steal a win. 2 out of 3 falls, you got to steal 2 wins. You know what I mean? You have to. There has to be a clear-cut winner. So I think it solidifies one of those talents as the winner of the match. So there's no argument of who was the better man that night.
Right.
So
Good point.
that's my view on those are my 4.
Nice.
Royal Rumble, 2 out of 3 falls, Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank.
All right. And last but not least.
Well, unfortunately, my 4 were all set amongst these guys over here. I had Royal Rumble. I had ladder match. And then Money in the Bank. And Hell in the Cell. But I'm going to say a couple things. Money in the Bank, like you said, it added an element to the ladder match. It just made it gave stakes.
Yes.
It created stakes, especially for guys who were in their 3rd or 4th Money in the Bank. Like, yo, they gotta win this time.
Gotta get this one.
Yeah, you know, it really added something to it. When I got back into wrestling, the first thing I watched was WrestleMania 26, and that was the Money in the Bank where Jack Swagger won.
Swag.
I didn't know any of those guys, but from a new guy looking in, Jack Swagger was instantly a top guy because he won that,
Right.
and he became a champ a couple days later.
Right.
So, in my mind, the way they used to do the Money in the Bank, think about the first few winners. Edge.
Yeah.
It made him.
Yep.
CM Punk.
Made him.
It made him. Rob Van Dam. It made him. Kennedy, it should have made him. But he got hurt and had to drop it. But, The Miz, it made him. Daniel Bryan, it made him. You can go on and on. Those matches used to make you.
Yeah.
Then they started doing it where Brock Lesnar comes in at the end and fucking wins it. Or
Kane.
Or Kane. Well, but again, Kane's a good one, though, because the way he won that Money in the Bank and then cashing in on Rey Mysterio later that night, his friend, he helped him at the end when he beat Swagger and then came back out and cashed in. Really good storyline. Really good. And it started Kane's heel turn. I thought that was great. And it elevated Kane.
But that's the thing. So that's the thing I always said about Money in the Banks and Royal Rumbles. It's like I feel like a lot of times they choose the guy who doesn't need that elevation.
Yes, agreed. But it used to be it makes somebody. Royal Rumble, same thing. The first Royal Rumble that the winner got a title shot was 94, and it was Yokozuna. It fucking made him.
It sure as fuck did.
All right?
Yeah.
Bret Hart. He was already a top guy. He became tippy top when he won it.
Tippy-top.
Stone Cold. Right? Like, I'm Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Everybody. You name them. The top guys used to win that. Sheamus. It made Sheamus. It made a lot of these guys.
So since the two of you have Hell in a Cell on your list.
Yeah, I was going to get to that next.
How do you guys rank Blood and Guts?
Oh, it's great. And here, I kind of want to get into that because I hate cage matches. I brought it up. I cannot stress how much I hate cage matches because you can't fucking see.
Yeah.
Hell in the Cell. You can because it's around the ring and you get a camera guy inside.
Right.
So the view for the people at home is great. If you're in the crowd, it sucks. We were at a Punjabi prison. Being there was cool, but you couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
All right, and plus it was
you weren't missing much.
We weren't. I know.
Yeah.
I know. We were also at an elimination chamber, and kind of the same deal. We can see inside the pods and some of the action, but really we were relying on the screen and the camera.
It looked pixelated
a little bit. It's just hard to see.
Yeah.
So I hate cage matches. However,
with my phone or some shit.
I like Hell in the Cell matches because of that aspect. Because you can see better, and it gets rid of the stupid escaping from the ring. Even when I was a kid, I remember saying, "So wait, you can just like run away and leave like a bitch?
And
That's
win.
stupid.
And win.
That's
yeah.
fucking
And
lame.
you win for being a bitch.
Lame.
From leaving a fight.
Lame. It's lame. And I don't even like when they're both, who's going to climb out first? Oh, it's fucking stupid. Because realistically, if you're really trying to win, when you get halfway down, you're just going to let go and fall.
Yeah,
You're trained to take bumps, just fall.
Jump right the fuck
You
up.
win. So none of it makes sense. If you really want to make it seem real, make it seem like these guys need to be locked in there.
Yeah.
You know? So that's why I like Hell in the Cell. And Blood and Guts, what it does is it kind of caters to the hardcore people, right? Because WWE, that's not what that's for. I've said this before.
Yeah.
If you're into cinematic, theatrical storytelling, which is what WWE has been known for forever, so it's not like that's anything new, that's your jam.
I think
If you just want to see two guys go at it, a tag team go at it, you want to see some blood, you want to see the hardcore